Alright you guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have day 3 of IAE. The way I'm doing these videos is they will come out the day after the actual IAE day, because each manufacturer has 2 days. So when this video comes out, Crusader as a manufacturer will still be available on the show floor. So if you want to rent any of these ships for completely free, you can still go down to the showroom floor and do that in the second showroom hall. And again, remember, it's a free fly event. So if you guys don't have Star Citizen, all you have to do is sign up. Remember to use someone's referral code. Mine will be linked in the video description below, and you guys can download the game for free. Okay, and you can test out any of these ships 100% free. You don't have to spend any money during this event. It's an in-game event designed to give you the ability to kind of test drive ships, kind of like when you go down to a dealership, kick the tires, take it for a test drive. This is kind of the same thing. Okay, so today we have Crusader and Tumbril, and we're going to go over these ships and kind of talk about their value and if you guys should consider picking one up. Now, the first ship we have on deck here is the A1 Spirit. This is the most affordable bomber in the game right now. At $200, it is the same platform as the Spirit series of ships by Crusader, but then the midsection is different. The midsection in this has 10 gravity bombs, then it has a little entrance area at the back. It also has a turret for the co-pilot. This ship, in my opinion, is a pretty good value. For $200, it is very effective as a bomber. I don't know if any other ships is going to get a gravity bombing module, but right now the A1 is very effective in gameplay. Next ship we have is the A2. It is the bigger brother to the A1. It can carry tanks in it, large platform vehicles. It's got a pretty good interior on the second floor. It can be crewed by many people. It has a lot of guns on it. It has a lot of DPS. It has a lot of shields. $750 is a lot of money. Right now, this is kind of an interesting ship in an interesting place. The gravity bombing gameplay, again, is really good, but it's one of those things where I kind of feel like serves multi-crew gameplay best for different events like Jump Town or kind of milsim battles between different orgs. But right now, I'm gonna kind of say that this is a pass. You can buy it in game. It's not terribly expensive. Next we have the Ares Inferno. This is one of my favorite ship designs in game. This platform, the Starfighter platform, is gorgeous. So the Ares Inferno has the ballistic gun and the Ion has the energy gun. The Inferno, $250, is the same price as the Ion. They just have different weapons. These weapons are not interchangeable, which is kind of the downside of these ships. They're bespoke and they are permanently attached, and the ship has no other weapons beside missiles. You can change the missiles, but that's about it. $250, in my opinion, is pretty expensive for a very specific use ship like this. For me, they're not that expensive in game. The Inferno and Ion are going to be an in-game buy recommendation for me. I'm very interested in grinding to make enough money to get an Inferno. It really doesn't take that long to make that much money to do it. So yeah, this is a good in-game aspirational ship to try and pick up. Next we have the C1 Spirit. This is the cargo variant of the A1. That middle module section gets swapped out for a cargo section. You have 64 SU of cargo. Now, since its concept sale has gone up in price, concept sale was $110. I believe you can still get it on War Bond for $110, but for store credit and for future price is going to be $125, which is $15 more expensive. This is a really cool ship. It is very versatile. It does make for a good daily driver. Right now, I think it's in a pretty decent place. It is very fast. in atmosphere, and it is very maneuverable. This is a very useful ship. I'm not gonna lie. You honestly can't go wrong if you want to pick this up for 125 or upgrade from it. You're not gonna be disappointed, in my opinion, by picking up this ship. Then we have the C2. The C2 is just like the A2, but it has more cargo capacity. I believe it can carry one more tank than the A2. It has very similar interior on top, but it has more amenities. It has that kitchenette, has a little dining table. This ship at $400, it is an easy recommendation for me. It is a good price in my opinion. For cargo hauling, it is most people's go-to ship for transporting vehicles. Just about any vehicle in the game right now fits in the C2. It is designed as a heavy transport vehicle, heavy cargo vehicle. So yeah, you can't go wrong with the C2. It is an easy recommendation for me. Next, we have the E1. The E1 is a very cool ship. It is a passenger transport ship. It's not currently in the game. This is a concept ship, but this module in the middle here is designed to hold either 4 or 6 people. I'm not entirely sure right now. It has a rear turret on a rail that can that faces forward and can move into position where you need it to be most effective. This center section here is also said to be an escape pod, so your passengers can escape if you are under attack. This is a pretty cool ship. $150 is not really a bad price in my opinion for this specific gameplay loop. This is kind of more on the luxury side of things. I would recommend this if you want to CCU from something. Again, $150 is not a bad price for the size and type of ship that this is, in my opinion. Next, we have the Genesis Starliner. This ship is currently in concept. I feel like it will probably change a bit when it is finally added to game. This was a pretty old concept. CIG has had it on the back burner for a while now. It is kind of the heavy passenger transport ship. I feel like it has a bit of luxury in it. It is said to be modular, so you can have different passenger arrangements, and a lot of people speculate that this ship has been on the backlog for so long because of its modularity. Now modularity has been solved by CIG, so a lot of these modular ships will probably go in production at some point. I know right now CIG is trying to focus on RSI ships, so who knows when they will start working on these other manufacturer ships. But Crusader is one of those manufacturers where, I mean, Crusader as a manufacturer has its design language figured out. So in my opinion, hopefully it shouldn't take too long for them to get this ship at $400. I don't think it's a bad deal, but because it's a concept ship, I would really say hold off on it. It's been out around this price for a while now, so I think it's a safe bet to maybe wait until next IAE. Then we have the M2. In my opinion, this is a pretty cool ship, but I don't really think it's all that necessary. This ship is really designed for people that are in an org or own an org and want a drop ship to be able to do all that stuff. It is $120 more than a C2, but really all you're getting is jump seats for the troops that you're going to carry in this. I really don't think this is that useful for a solo player. I know a lot of solo players have these and they use it for cargo running and whatnot. In my opinion, you're better off with a C2 because it's cheaper. So if you're a solo player and you plan on using it to run cargo, just get the C2 instead of the M2. Save yourself $120. Then we have the Mercury Star Runner. This ship is awesome. Love this ship. It's very cool. It is slightly controversial because a lot of people think it needs a secondary entrance and exit up at the front to make it easier to traverse. It does have an expansive interior. That is one of the benefits of this ship and kind of one of the downsides of this ship. It also doesn't have a whole lot of firepower, but if you can get 2 friends to go with you, that DPS goes up significantly. This is a very fast and nimble ship. It's very capable at escaping any type of pirates or anything like that. So a lot of cargo runners like it. So yeah, if you're interested in having like a one ship fleet, a lot of people consider the MSR, the Mercury Star Runner here, because it is good at so much stuff. It is coming in at 260 bucks, and in my opinion that's not really bad for the amount of ship that you're getting with that. If you spend that kind of money on this ship, I don't think you will be disappointed. Now let's move over and take a look at Tumbril. And so we have Tumbril now. We have the tried and true Cyclone. This is a very cool ground vehicle. It's very fast. It has a little bit of storage in the back. $55, in my opinion. I kind of set this rule for myself that I won't really spend more than $50 on a ground vehicle, because ultimately they are just so cheap in game that you could really buy all of them by just playing the game for a weekend. So all of these ground vehicles can be purchased, you know, with just a weekend of gameplay. So at $55, I really don't see the value in it. Just buy this in game. Then we have the Cyclone AA. This is the anti-air variant of the Cyclone. It has missiles. It's coming in at $80. For me, this is a buying game recommendation. Then we have the MT. It has a mixture of missiles and artillery. You can have 2 people in here and someone standing up in the back operating this. It's pretty fun with friends to drive this little thing around and shoot at stuff. It's coming in at $75. Buy in-game recommendation for me. Then we have the Cyclone RC. It's coming in at $65. I know a lot of people use these for the Daymar rally and whatnot, and if you're really into racing, it kind of does make sense to buy this for real money if you want, you know, LTI or 10 years insurance with the vehicle, because whenever you're racing, you know, you're getting a lot of accidents, whatnot. I know some people do kind of hold on to these. In my opinion, it's up to you. Again, they're not that expensive to buy in game, but if you're really serious about the racing profession and you want LTI or 10 years insurance, getting the IAE version of a ship comes with 10-year insurance. So if you want that insurance, you know, you could buy it with real money. Then we have the Cyclone RN, $65. This is, you know, ground recon. I really don't see these too much in game. I would say buy it in game again. Then we have the Cyclone TR. This is it just has a Gatling gun on it. It doesn't have the missiles on it like the MR, I believe. What's it called, the MR? MT. So the MT has the missiles on the side. The Cyclone TR doesn't have the missiles on the side. It's just the gun on top. Then we have the Nova tank. Okay, this has missiles. This has energy weapons. This has that large cannon on the front. It has 3 seats inside, a driver, co-driver, and then the gunner, but it can be manned by 1 person in the driver's seat. They can operate the cannon. It is it can take a lot of damage. It could also deal out a lot of damage. I know people really like this thing now that there's a new Arena Commander game mode called Tank Royale. People love the Nova. $120 is a lot of money though, and again, it's not that expensive in game. If you really want it, I would say get it in game. If you really want it, you know, it's up to you. Again, a lot of Tumbril's offerings are going to be buy in-game recommendations for me because they're expensive, and they're expensive in real life and they're cheap in game. Then we have the Ranger CV, $35. This is under that $50 threshold that I have for ground vehicles. So if you want a 10-year insurance token, this is actually not a bad deal. You can get this for $35, you know, upgrade it to something else later, and it will have that 10-year insurance that this vehicle came with. And then when this vehicle comes out and is available in game, you can buy it in game. So to me, this is a pretty good 10-year insurance token. I would recommend actually picking one of these up if you're looking for a ship to upgrade from that has that 10-year insurance. Same thing with the Ranger RC. This is the racing variant, and with racing, again, if you're interested or serious about that profession, it might be beneficial to have a vehicle with that 10-year insurance, you know, just so when the game is released you don't have to worry about it. $35 is not a bad price. Again, it's under that $50 threshold that I have for ground vehicles, so it's not too much of a difficult recommendation. The Ranger RC I would recommend picking up. Then we have the Ranger TR, $40. It's kind of pushing it, but this is kind of the rapid response combat variant. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know when it's going to come out. CIG has to make the driving module for motorcycles, but when it does, it's going to be super cool. Seeing a motorcycle riding around, a futuristic motorcycle like this. I'm pretty excited about these ground vehicles. Again, $40 is not too bad. I would recommend picking this up if you want that 10-year insurance and you think this is a cool ground vehicle. Then we have the Storm, $90. Very cool. I took a look at this ship. I made a whole video about it. You guys can check that video out. I will link it in the video description below this video. I kind of went through both the Storm and the Storm AA. This is a very capable ground vehicle. It's fun to drive. It is basically gold standard at this point. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with this ground vehicle. $90 is a lot of money and over that $50 threshold. So I would say wait until the next patch, or I think if it doesn't come out in 3.22, it will definitely come out in 3.22.1 or 3.23 next year. So it's not too long that you have to wait for to be able to buy this in game. I don't really see a reason to buy this with real money. $90 is basically a Gladius, and a Gladius has a quantum drive and can fly along and has more DPS and all this other stuff. Yeah, $90 is too much money for this ground vehicle. I would say buy in game. Then we have the Storm AA. This is the anti-air variant. Again, I made a video about both these ground vehicles, very cool ground vehicles, and I enjoyed messing with it a lot. You guys should go check out that video. It was a lot of fun. This thing has a ton of missiles. I think it has some like 64 size 1s and 16 size 2s or something crazy like that. It has a lot of missiles, so you can't really go wrong with it. You can target up to 90 degrees, so if someone's kind of hovering overhead, you can still hit them. $100 though. Again, this is in this is more in the Sulin. And you look at the Sulin has that whole interior. It has 3 size 3s, it has 2 size 1 shields, it has 6 SU of cargo, it has I think like 12 missiles, 12 or 24 missiles, something like that. I mean, and it's coming in at $70. This is coming in at 100. So are you gonna get a Sulin or are you gonna get a Storm AA? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now again, if you own an org and you plan on doing milsim style combat, sometimes it makes sense to buy these. Again, if you have the money and you're in an org, or you're buying this for your org and you have specific milsim type events that you want to plan out with these ground vehicles. I know a lot of people who are interested in that type of gameplay and like picking this stuff up. Because again, with wipes and all kinds of stuff, it's hard logistically with the way the game is to rely on buying ships in game. And also we don't know what the final price of these in-game vehicles are going to be when the game is finally released, whenever that is. So again, a lot of people, even though this is a high price, they like buying it with real money, because then they can just, you know, they don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And again, with IAE, this is being released, so you can actually get this with LTI. But $100, I think this is way too expensive to be an LTI token. Again, it depends on what you want to upgrade to and play the CCU game. because those war bond LTIs are kind of interesting. Again, because this vehicle is being released for the first time, you have that opportunity. So it's up to you, but I personally would, you know, go with something else, go with something a little bit cheaper. $100 I think is too expensive, and this vehicle is going to be much cheaper in game, so I recommend that you just buy it in game. And that's going to be it for both Crusader and Tumbril. Tumbril has a lot of vehicles that I don't recommend buying with real money. Crusader has a lot of vehicles that are actually really great, and Crusader usually has good prices too. I don't think their vehicles are, you know, overpriced. The A1 is the only one that I think is kind of overpriced, but then again, it has that specific gameplay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Very interesting day 3 in the bag. You know, I think the breakout winners is definitely going to be the C1. C1 is a great vehicle coming from Crusader. It all comes down to what you like, your preference, style wise, your gameplay, all that stuff. And that's why I like hearing you guys sound off in the comments down below. What are your plans for these ships? What do you plan on picking up on this day of IAE, if anything? I want to hear from you guys, so let me know. But that's going to be it for me here in this video. You guys have been awesome, blowing up the channel, showing your support. I cannot thank you guys enough. I want to let you know in just about every video I post how much I appreciate you guys. You guys are rock stars. So yeah, like I always say at the end of these videos, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salute.